So thank you for joining the office hours. I appreciate it as always. I want to talk about a couple things today. The first thing I want to talk about, top of mind, is that the course drop date, or officially the course withdrawal date, is this Thursday, the 14th. For those of you that are not aware, what that means is that you have an opportunity to withdraw from the course without it impacting your transcript, okay? If you continue past the 14th, even if you stop working entirely, especially if you stop working entirely, the mark that you get, whether that's a 12 or a 43 or whatever it may be, if you don't pass the course, like if you're very far behind at this point, will be reflected on your transcript. So what you need to do is make a decision this week if you're continuing in this course. We've got a lot of marks in already. Bear with me and I'll tell you exactly how many we'll have. In the syllabus, it tells me in my previous calculations that we will have 36% of the marks available to you. Pardon me, phone ringing in the background. You'll have 36% of the marks available to you. So it's strange, it's on a Thursday. If it was a Friday, you'd have that many more, or during the Friday, but you'll have a good enough idea of how well you're doing. If you're already a bunch of marks behind, you know, it's not likely to get a lot easier unless you just haven't done any quizzes and you think you can make up ground, then feel free to do so. Typically, I'm not talking to the right people here because the people that attend office hours or watch them afterwards usually know what's going on with the course. But I did want to make it really clear to people that effective Thursday, that's your course withdrawal date. If you don't know, I would talk to an academic advisor. If you want some advice from people that deal with this all the time, talk to an academic advisor, please. I wouldn't leave that too late if I were you, because lots of people are making the same decision and probably reaching out to the same academic advisors. Okay, so that's a course withdrawal date this Thursday. The other thing that's on lots of people's minds is we had the blackout from our friends at Rogers. Lots of people did not have internet when they went to submit on Friday. I have a couple comments, and you probably got the flavor from my announcement. One, that's not my problem. That's not the school's problem. You're responsible to have internet. You should have a backup plan. I find it odd that people are sending me email at 2 in the morning. And first of all, I don't know why you're sending me email at 2 in the morning, but sending me email at 2 in the morning and saying that I don't have internet. Well, clearly you do have some level of internet. My advice is have a backup plan. And I get this was unexpected and it's unusual and everything else. So I am going to help you out for sure, but don't count on that. I'm under no obligation to help you out. You should have a backup plan. You should have a hardwired internet that you can go to, or a hotspot in your area that you can go to, a friend's house that you can go to, a phone that's on a different network that you can hotspot with. So make arrangements. Like I say the same thing when it comes to final exams. In this particular course, it's an online final exam. That's the only thing that's available. In most of the courses that I teach, you have an option of writing in person or writing online. And having your internet go out in the middle of your exam for any reason whatsoever is just not the school's problem. That is a prerequisite. So that's sort of the position that I take. Now, granted, this is hopefully a once in a 5-year occurrence or something like that, maybe even once in a decade occurrence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the discussions best 3 of 4. Okay, so anyone that didn't get a discussion in, it won't impact them. What I'm not doing is reopening the quizzes or the practices. I'm just not doing that. That creates a whole host of problems for me in terms of administering. So the largest impact, the 6%, that you would have lost if you couldn't submit because of internet problems is going to be mitigated. The quizzes and the practice are not. Now, the other piece of advice that I would give you is, I get it, we're all busy, and I do know that. I've taken almost all my education while working a full-time job of 50 plus hours. So I do know time constraints. I currently work 3 jobs, so I get it, but don't leave it to the last minute if you can avoid it. Get stuff done during the week. You should not be submitting assignments on Friday at 10:30 and having things go wrong. Now, I get it. Again, this was exceptional, but my approach would always be to try and get that done earlier. I understand we're all under time constraints and everything else, but a lot of it's mitigated. You know, if your approach is to do all your practices, all your quizzes, and your discussions on Friday, something like this is really going to impact you in a negative way. So those are, so the good news is that it's best 3 of 4 for discussions. So it won't cost you if you didn't. Now, if you just didn't hand it in for reasons other than the Rogers outage, you're in luck. You're going to get an opportunity to make up those marks. Okay, so the discussions will still be worth 24%. They'll just be worth 4% each instead of 3%. Okay, it'll be the best ones. So I'll be combining the marks. So it'll be out of, the marks currently are out of 6. So I'll be making those out of 8 instead of out of 6. So I'll be grossing them up, but I'll take your best 3 marks. Okay, and the percentage that they're worth on your final will be the same. It'll be 24%. It'll just be 3 discussions instead of 4 to make that up. Okay. I think that it's pretty much business as usual. Now, okay, so here's the other thing that we're struggling with, I'm struggling with, and it's probably impacting you guys somewhat. I'm having a heck of a time making the discussion feedback available. I'm working with Wiley technical support. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why you guys can't see it. Is there anyone that's attending that's able to see their feedback on their discussions from discussion 1, that can see the marking comments, not just the marks, but the marking comments? Because I'm not aware that anyone can do that. I'm aware of many. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting a nope, and I can't, and I didn't stuff. I'm trying to get that resolved for you. I will make an announcement when I figured it out. I had a unsuccessful attempt, so I moved the past discussions into a folder in assessments, because I thought that it was just that I was hiding them in Blackboard, but that's not the case. So I'm working with a technical rep to try and figure out what's wrong with the way I've set it up, or what's wrong. We have 2 options when dealing with Wiley. We can run it through Blackboard like I chose to, or we could just log in directly into Wiley by setting up a class in there. I didn't want to have to transfer all the grades manually from Wiley into Blackboard, so I set it up through Blackboard, so all your access is through Blackboard. But for some reason, we're not seeing, we're not able to see past feedback. So yeah, that's, take a look at the rubric. I'm going to try and get you to the point where you've got feedback for discussions 1 and 2 before discussion 3 is due. So we're working on that as fast as we can, hopefully by Wednesday, and we'll see how that works out. All right, that's all that I had to say. There's nothing unusual about this week. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty at this point. We're 2/3 of the way through the course by Friday. So 2/3 of the marks will be available Saturday, plus whatever time it takes to mark the next discussion. But yeah, make a decision before the drop date, before the course withdrawal date, make a decision on whether you're continuing. And that decision should be informed on the mark you need. Like 51 may not be an adequate mark. If this is a mandatory course for you, and it is for lots, you might need a 65. So take an honest look. It doesn't have any impact on your ability to re-register for the course if you withdraw. I'm not trying to encourage anyone to withdraw. And certainly, like I said, the people that come to the office hours and watch the office hours typically don't have that problem. But I've still got 6 people that have not done anything in this course. So they're at a 0. And, you know, that you're probably going to want to withdraw at this point because you've given away whatever 30% of your mark at this point. So I've got some people that still haven't successfully managed to do the mandatory course requirements and or the mandatory academic integrity module. And they have given away 2% per chapter covered at this point. So they're also, that's 34% ultimately of the entire course. So they've given away something like 16% at this point. So those people should be taking into consideration what kind of mark they're going to end up with. All right. Any questions, concerns, or comments that anyone wants to make? So Emma, just as I noticed that you joined a little late, as you had said you probably would have to. What we're doing, just as a quick recap, is that the best 3 of 4 discussions are going to be what's counted for your mark. They'll still be worth 24% of your final mark, just like it was going to be when there were 4, but I'm going to take the best 3 out of 4 and gross it up so that essentially each discussion will be worth 4%. Okay. Yes, I'm happy to talk to you. I've got another student that wants to talk to me afterwards. So once we're done here, I'll break into groups, into little sub rooms, and I'll talk to you individually just for privacy purposes. Okay. So if no one has any questions, then feel free to get on with your evening. Thank you for attending. I do appreciate it. And I am sincere in that. It helps to have some feedback and know that some people are actually interested in doing well in the course and do attend it. So yeah, go ahead on with your evening, and I'll wait to see how many people are left that want to talk to me privately, and I'll just assign some rooms. Thank you very much.